Hi there, I'm Tom and welcome to A Newb Improves, quite possibly the most optimistically named series on YouTube. Today we are back playing Dota 2 with our A to Z challenge and our hero of the day is Kunkka. Now, before I get into talking about Kunkka and how I'm doing in the match, I should point out this is the only Kunkka game I've ever played, so I'm not quite used to the hero yet. And we have very odd teams because this is a full pub match. I'm solo queuing instead of team queuing. And I've got Talrin coaching me, as I usually do when I solo queue. But look at our team. We have, as well as Kunkka, who should be a carry, we have Razor, we have Sniper, we have Spirit Breaker and Zeus. And most of those, okay, Zeus is disconnected, but most of those are usually played as carries. I think Zeus and Razor can be played in support, but it's still a very odd lineup. And if you look onto their team, they have Juggernaut, PA and Axe, all of which are very powerful heroes at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to say right now I didn't exactly do the best as a carry Kunkka in this match. But let's talk about the skills. There is Tidebringer, which basically, it's a passive, it triggers itself. There's no way I can trigger this, but when it's off cooldown, the next hit I do will do extra damage and do splash damage, which is great. It's really good for laning, and it's really good for zoning out other heroes. Like, I could attack creep and cancel someone's clarity, for example. And there's 3 people in this lane here. I need to be a lot more careful than I'm being. And we've got a sniper in our lane as well, who's going to take most of my farm. So the fast skill is Torrent. It basically throws it's an area of effect or point target, and anyone caught in it, it throws them into the air, it slows them, it does damage up to 300 damage and up to 4 seconds slow. And it's really good for both harassing people and for cleaning up a kill if they're running away. You just saw Tidebringer in action there. I got a couple of last hits just from hitting a single creep. The third skill is X marks the spot. Now, I'm going to say one of the biggest mistakes I made in this entire game, instead of, well, apart from getting far too close to the axe far too many times, one of the biggest mistakes I made in this entire match is I didn't use X marks the spot once. There was a lot going on in fights, and I always felt slightly scared and slightly worthless because I didn't farm as effectively as I could, and I didn't level as effectively as I could, and so I kind of always felt behind the rest of the team. And that basically meant that in fights I didn't do things as well as I could have done. Axe there, I'm pretty sure he didn't want to go on me. He's just trying to scare me. I completely wasted that torrent. I was trying to get the axe. But yeah, I never use X marks the spot, which is bad because it will return a friendly unit or a enemy unit to the spot they were. For an enemy, it's where they were 4 seconds ago, and for an ally, it's where they were 8 seconds ago. Which means you can do all sorts of useful things. If you're using it on yourself, you can kind of go, if you get a blink dagger, you can you can basically cast this on yourself, blink into somewhere where it's a little dangerous, farm a wave, and have it pull you back before anyone on their team can react to it, which is quite useful at times. If you're casting it on an enemy, then it means that you can set them up for torrents or for your ultimates, and you know exactly where they're going to be, unless they manage to disjoint it. If they activate spell immunity, then it has no effect. It'll still, well, if they activate spell immunity while it's cast on them, it'll still play the full animation and it'll look like they're going to come back, but then it won't return them. So, unless that happens, it's a very good way of knowing exactly where they're going to be to set up various kills and stuff. And I'm in exactly the wrong position again. I just wanted one harassment hit, and that was a really bad idea. Second death, and it's only 5 minutes in. I've actually fed both of their kills now. Okay, so the ultimate is probably one of the most well known. In fact, most of Kunkka's abilities are fairly well known, I expect, but the ultimate is the ghost ship, and basically it summons a ghost ship, and the ghost ship starts off this is going to be my third death, I expect. Yes. Oh, maybe not. I did manage to torrent just in time there. And I'm probably going to go back to base. So it summons your ghost ship. It starts off... You turn to face the point that you activated on. And you turn to face that point. In fact, I think I just said that twice. Okay. Ignore one of those. But you turn to face the point, and then the ghost ship starts off 1,000 units behind you and travels until it's 1,000 units ahead of you, and then it crashes. And any allies caught in the boat, I'm not sure what the radius of that is, but it's something like 200 or 300 units. Any allies caught in that will get the rum effect, which gives them 10% speed and lasts for 10 seconds. And they don't... Well, I'm trying to work out how to phrase this, but basically any damage they take while they're affected by that is reduced by 50%, and then that bonus is that damage is then reapplied after the rum duration runs out. I didn't really explain that, but basically if you get damaged while it's on, you only take half the damage until it goes off, and then it gets reapplied. I think it gets reapplied over a short amount of time, but I'm not quite certain about that. It basically means if you take enough damage to kill you and then you heal up over the time, then you could possibly avoid dying in that instance. But yeah, that's not the main part of Ghost Ship though. The main part is that when it crashes, it will stun any units in... Oops, what's going on here? No, just harassing them. It will stun any units in 425... I may be dead again here. I will finally finish explaining the skill at some point. Yeah, I'm definitely dead. Oh no, I think I remember this actually. No, dead. I am really not playing well this game. I'm getting too comfortable around the axe, and I really shouldn't be doing that because now he's growing really big. But yes, it will deal damage and stun all enemies in a 425 radius of the crash, and it does up to 600 damage and up to 1.4 second stun. And when you cast this, it doesn't end up at the point that you cast it. It ends up 1,000 units ahead of you, so it's really hard to position sometimes. And if you use X marks the spot followed by boat and you get the positioning right, then it can be a really powerful combination. But like I said, I should torrent here. I tried to torrent, it didn't do anything, and the sniper died anyway. Yeah, like I said, I didn't use X marks the spot ever in this match because there was so much stuff going on that I was just trying to cast torrent and ghost and actually hit someone. And I think my mana was fairly low for a large portion of this, which meant that basically I really want to cancel that clarity, but looks like he saw me and moved back. Doesn't look like they've got a ward here. But why did I do that? No, I tried to cast torrent, but that didn't work. As I said, I played this game really badly and I wasn't really comfortable with the hero, but I got the impression that Kunkka was the sort of hero where if I waited until I got a game I was happy with, I would be sort of 10 games down. And it's really not something which is going to be possible for me because I've got a lot of other videos to produce in a week. And that looks like it was a lucky escape for the Razor. How much health does Razor have? He has 340. And how much does the Cull do? It does 250. Okay, so he would have been safe anyway. And there's an Abaddon, of course. Abaddon is notoriously difficult to kill unless you silence him. I don't know. I don't even know if a silence will cancel out his ultimate if it activates passively. You could mana drain him. I'm pretty sure it doesn't activate if he doesn't have enough mana for it to activate. But I don't know if a silence works. And there's 3 heroes here. I really need to be in a better position. Why did I do that? I wanted one single last hit and I'm dead again. Perhaps I should have recorded a different game with this. But I haven't really used any of the abilities except torrent at the moment. But I know I land at least one boat, and I like to think I helped out at some points in some fights when I actually get farm and get levels. I've only just hit level 6, so well, I've just hit level 7. I probably hit level 6 a little while ago. But when you cast the ghost ship, it will put a little marker there where it's going to land. It's a sword stuck into the ground, and that tells you and your allies where it will land, and it doesn't appear to the enemy team, I don't think. So it's basically a way of telling ahead of time whether you're actually gonna land it or not. And I think I tried ghost ship there. That would have hit the Abaddon if he didn't have his magic shield up, I'm pretty sure. which is a shame. I got the torrent off, I got the goose ship in the right position, and let's do another torrent there to try and help out this fight. There's not much I can do, I don't think. If I keep hitting him, maybe. I don't have enough mana for torrent. And there's an axe, I've got to back away from the axe. Okay, so I've got 1 assist now, doing slightly better. Yeah, because there's so many carries on this team, and because I didn't get farm early on, it looks like there is still an Abaddon there. I did not realise he's there. But yeah, because there's so many carries on the team and I didn't get farm early on, I find it really hard to kind of keep up with the rest of the team. So I kind of play a support Kunkka. And now his ultimate's off, so let's see if we can torrent him. No. I'm probably going to die. Well, I was going to die to the PA, but Abaddon came back in. And Sniper died. 6-2. I'm doing slightly better. I'm still dying where I shouldn't be dying, but I am doing slightly better than I was in the first 15 minutes of the match. And looks like PA may die. No, I don't think we can chase down a PA. Although I don't think PA is leveling. Okay, maybe PA is leveling evasion. Yeah, I think at the early game PA wasn't leveling her evasion, but she obviously has grown big enough now that she has. And yeah, I just got a torrent off there. And that ultimate though, there's very little I can do. The ultimate's off cooldown already, so the Razor managed to get him. As well as the Sniper. And I didn't die for once. Their axe has just disconnected by the looks of it. I don't think he comes back for most of this game, if at all. And oh look, there's someone to fight. I was thinking about pushing the lane. We may do that now. I don't know. I'm just going to farm a wave or two with my my Tidebringer. Yes, Tidebringer. And I'm going to finally complete my phase boots. I don't know what I'm going to get next. I really have no idea. I don't even know what I did there. Helm of the Dominator. I wanted lifesteal. Okay. That makes sense. It may make me a bit more tanky in fights. Hey, look, I got a last hit against Sniper. And another one, by the looks of it. And now we're going to back off because there's a Chaos Knight there. And looks like the Spirit Breaker and the Razor were both taking the tower while we was distracting them. And I actually got the boat off, yay! I didn't have enough mana to torrent though. There we go, that's a dead hero. Wasted Assassinate though. But it's going to be off cooldown like now, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we have... Well, essentially we're going to take 3 towers in the space of 5 minutes. Which is pretty good going. And also, I haven't died in the space of 5 minutes, so... Go me, I guess. I'll have my Morbid Mask very shortly. Well, I say very shortly. I've got to wait for the Razor to stop using the... I used a torrent there. If I'd waited a few seconds, then I could have used Boat and got all of them clumped together. And now I've got no mana, so I can just punch them, but I think now is a good time to get right out of the way. And I made a mistake there. I tried to juke slightly too early. I don't think there's a path through those trees. But what I'm going to try and do is basically lose vision on them as much as possible. And I just escaped with my life there. So I'm going to walk back to the base, grab my lifesteal, and heal up a bit. And then we shall see what everyone else is doing. And I was going to say, while I'm doing that, I can check the items. Looks like I did that in game anyway. I've got a fair bit of health right now, so it's taking a while to fill it back up, but I do have lifesteal, so I shouldn't get into that position too often now. So I've almost got as many assists as I have deaths, which, given how this game was starting off, I think that's fairly good going to recover like that. It's not exactly good kind of carry type stuff, but if I'm playing support Kunkka, then getting more assists than deaths is kind of what I'm aiming for. And we're going to take another tower. That's essentially what we're doing. I mean, they've got a PA and a Juggernaut. We don't want to go too late game with them, so we're just going to push towers. They did get our top tower, but I think we're going to be able to push the tier 2 tower as well, and we should hopefully be able to push it before they manage to push our tier 2 tower, and then I can TP back. There's a Juggernaut there. And I decided to keep hitting the tower. I probably should have tormented the Juggernaut there. And yeah, I'm going to go back to top. I think there's a PA there, and I've got no way of fighting a PA at my current level. So I'm just waiting here to see if anyone else is going to TP. I don't think they are. I probably wasted that boat. That's full 200 mana that I wasted, and I didn't even get the... I'm just going to die here now, aren't I? Ooh, no. That was a lucky torrent from me, and I was also lucky that they didn't get crits on me. And it looks like I managed to distract the Phantom Assassin long enough for my team to push right up and take their tier 3 tower, which I think I was actually more useful there than I thought I was during the game, because I forced a TP out of the Phantom Assassin and we got a tower out of it, and we protected our tower. Unfortunately, we did lose 3 people for it, but now I'm just going to come back here and see if I can stop this tower doing damage. One thing you can do with Tidebringer, if there's a creep with low life, don't attack that creep. Attack another creep, because then you do the full damage to the other creep, and the torrent. If the torrent was on target, I would have probably been a lot better positioned to do this. I did just about manage to get the kill there. And that was slightly after I died. I don't know how I managed to get a kill after I died. Maybe the splash damage from Tidebringer had that kind of effect. But yeah, if I'd hit my torrent, I would have definitely won that one, although I would have then died to the Juggernaut, which... I don't know, I don't know whether it's better to feed the Juggernaut or the Chaos Knight at this point. But looks like everyone's coming mid, so I will go there when I respawn. I took another couple of seconds to TP because I forgot to buy another TP scroll. I'm going to buy a Shadow Blade now because that will give me an escape and it will give me a way to defend against Juggernaut's ultimate if I remember to use it ever. And I'm tanking a tower here, I really shouldn't be because there's a couple of creeps there. There we go, this tower is pretty much dead, and I was trying to get the last hit on the tower, but there's too many powerful heroes for me to actually get that. And Phantom Assassin now has 2 lives. That's not going to go well for us. But we are going to get a second tier 3 tower, and hopefully then back off. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm basically just punching him. He does have Manage Immunity, and that boat completely missed everyone. And I'm going to be dead. Ooh, I got saved. I kind of got saved by the Spirit Breaker. I stopped running to try and cast a torrent, and then I got jumped on. Which possibly wasn't my best move, but if I casted it a bit quicker, then it would have given me a bit more time to run away. And it would have helped everyone else to take on Phantom Assassin, not that they actually need it, but there we go. 2 lives dead. So I've got a kill here. I'm not sure who my kill was on. That was kind of a hectic fight there. But I've got a kill and 7 assists, so my very poor attempt at playing support Kunkka is sort of paying off. Axe is just being microed, and I don't think they actually achieved anything there. They just fed our team a bit more. There's a Chaos Knight there, and a Juggernaut. This will probably be a Razor Death. Ooh, maybe not. It's a Spirit Breaker Death instead. And I'm just back in the fight. Got an assist there. And I was going to attack the tower, but then I saw that Razor was possibly in trouble, so I went there to try and help. I would have been too late if they had died, but I would have been able to clean up the kill in that situation. And now I'm just going to try and farm this camp. Except there's a fight going on again. And it looks very much like that fight is over, so I'm going to walk away through their jungle and hope that no one sees me. I do have my Shadow Amulet now. This on its own will just give me it will fade me over 1.5 seconds, and moving breaks the invisibility, so I guess I can TP. I'm trying to get 1400 gold for the Claymore there, which will basically it will turn it into a Shadow Blade, which allows me to move while it's active, and that gives me a better escape. I do not know what I'm doing here. There is a lot of... Okay, looks like I am going top to try and push it out a bit. Completely missed the fact that there's a haste screen there. And by pushing this wave I should be able to finish farming my Shadow Blade. And there's a lot of creeps here, so it should... There we go, that's that already. I'm getting a fair number of last hits now. I've got a nice chunk of damage. There is a fight going on bottom though, and I'm just looking at my items too much to do it, so I will probably grab my item and TP down. No, maybe not. I guess I'm going to walk down. I do have a TP scroll. There is no reason why I shouldn't TP down to our tier 1 tower there. I guess everyone else is dead, there's no real point in me rushing it. My next item will be a maelstrom, because I like the electric hammer. It's a fun item to get, and it gives me damage and a bit more crowd control. Okay, got the torrent off there. I'm not going to be able to use the boat. What I could... I've just stunned this whole time. There was... Once I got stunned initially, there was nothing I could do. I could have used X marks the spot and run away if I wasn't stunned, but there was a PA there. So... yeah, that's not going well for me right now. That is one other use of X marks the spot. If you are being chased down, just cast it on whoever's following you, and they will only be able to chase you for another 4 seconds, and then they'll get pushed back to where they were 4 seconds earlier, and it's usually a fairly good escape. The other thing I could have done was just mash the Shadow Blade. I think I think the stun wore off just long enough that I would have been able to activate it. And that would have saved my life. No doubt. But the Shadow Blade... let's look at this fight a minute, and then I'll talk about the other effects of the Shadow Blade. I'm looking to try and get a boat off, but there was no real way that I could actually land that boat. He was moving around too much, there wasn't a stun there. And his ultimate was triggered anyway, so it would have been a wasted boat. Regardless. There is a Juggernaut there. I tried to torrent him, and looks like no one else is particularly keen to join this fight. Now they are. Now that I have no mana to contribute, they are keen to go and join this fight.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay, so slowly getting mana. I don't have enough for a boat though. And we're just going to punch these barracks.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The Juggernaut looks like he's trying to make something happen. I am probably dead here. I did manage to Shadow Blade there, and I'm just going to run away. There's nothing else I can do in this fight. And I'm going to get a safe distance away and then TP home. So the Shadow Amulet, Shadow Blade, sorry. The active will make me invisible for 14 seconds. Come on. While it's active, I can move 20% faster and move 3 units. And if I attack to break the invisibility, I gain 175 damage, which is good. It also gives me passively 22 damage and 30 attack speed. So it's a really good item to have. If you remember to use it, it will save your life on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, I'm not good at activating it. So I managed to survive that fight. I don't know if I was very useful, but I'm literally just trying to get in there, use my skills, punch people and get out again. Right, there's 4 of us here, and the Spirit Breaker is going to be here soon, so we can just start pushing up this lane. We did not get both of their barracks, but we did get one of them, so we've got super creeps in one of the lanes. And I'm going to try and avoid using any spells on the Abaddon until he's... I need to Shadow Amulet there. I didn't. I did make a lot of mistakes this game. But yeah, I was trying to avoid using any spells on the Abaddon until his shield broke, because I didn't want to basically waste a spell of an ability. They definitely won that fight, there's no doubt about it. Abaddon, it seems like Abaddon's ultimate is off cooldown so often. What's the cooldown on it? It is a 50-second cooldown right now, which is pretty powerful. In fact, while I'm dead, let's just quickly look at items. Blade Mail looks like a butterfly and a Yasha, and a Vanguard. There's a Shadow Blade on the Sniper, as well as a Molnir and a Mask of Madness. And a Mask of Madness and Vlad's on the Spirit Breaker. And looks like there will soon be an Aghanim Scepter, it looks like, on the Zeus. And somehow I'm low life again. I completely missed that. Ah well. I'm guessing I got jumped by the Phantom Assassin and then my team saved me. So I'm heading back to base. And hopefully I'll be back in the fight before too long. I honestly don't... it will definitely be quicker to TP down. Oh look, our creeps finished off the bottom barracks. That's good. And we've got the top barracks and one of the tier 4 towers. It's going to be a while until I get my Molnir, I think. Not Molnir, Maelstrom. Definitely don't go for Molnir this game. But yes, I'm keeping an eye on middle lane. I'm going to farm up this camp, and if something happens, then I'm going to go join them. Looks like I will be late to the fight though. I don't think I did anything there with that boat. They moved forward slightly too far. And I'm going to try and not get hit by them. I could try and torment the Phantom Assassin, but that's not going to do us much. So I'm going to hang around the Razor, because the Razor will be able to do the kind of damage which I can't do. And now I think we're both just going to farm camps for a little bit. This camp may get me my Mithril Hammer. No, not quite. This wave may do though. If I can farm it before anyone else does, or the tower does. Okay, and it should, yeah. I attacked the creep far too soon. I started attacking it and I think I cancelled the attack, but I don't. The reason I wanted to cancel the attack was because I haven't used my helm with the Dominator yet, and a crit dog would be very helpful. But I don't quite cancel the attack quickly enough, so I don't get my crit dog. And I don't really feel like micromanaging anyone, so I'm not going to go for this creep. Right, I've got my mithril hammer. That's, of course, the most expensive item, so the rest of it should be fairly easy. Now, it looks like my team are grouping up middle to try and push it. I'm going to take one more camp and then I should be able to go and join them. Probably going to be a bit late because there's about to be a fight. I'll be using my phase boots as often as I can to try and get there a bit quicker. And the fight's over, nothing happened, so just going to go back to farming this camp. I think this is pretty much the most useful thing I can be doing right now. Once I get a bit more damage and a bit more crowd control, then I'll feel a bit more safer in the fights and I can do more even if my abilities miss every time. And looks like Axe is actually back. There we go. I definitely helped in that fight, I think. I'm trying to stay out of the way of the Juggernaut. I should have used Shadow Amulet. In fact, I did use Shadow Amulet and it was on cooldown, so Shadow Blade, sorry. So I think I must have used it to get out, and then I went back in, and then basically I died to the Juggernaut, which is a shame. I do for once have more assists than I do have deaths, though.
Dire's Ancient is under attack.
I don't. Okay, that's the end of the match. I don't have time to check the items, but they'll be up on the end card soon. We didn't expect that. I wasn't looking at our creeps. But I guess that's how some games go. And that's me playing Kunkka very badly. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, don't feed the trolls.